Let's trim. But first, coffee. So today we are going to trim a bowl. The first thing I do is check my thickness. I have my pin tool here. I'm going to stab my piece close to the center, and I want to put that needle tool in just so I can barely feel it with my inside hand. Then I mark that thickness right on the outside there. This is going to help me so I don't trim too much off or have too much weight on the bottom. I really want to have a nice even walls and floor. So then I cinch it into the Giffen grip. I love the Giffen grip. It really just makes it a lot faster and easier to trim. You can also use wads of clay, or you can use a clay pad on your wheel head. There's many different ways to stick your pot, but my favorite right now is the Giffen grip. Now I'm going to just make the little indent right in the center there, so I know that I don't go past that point when I'm trimming. That way I stop and I don't get it too thin. Now I'm going to remove this excess weight. There's always excess weight on this bottom corner. I remove that first, and then I start shaping. So I'm going to go and I start from the rim all the way to the base. You can just do the base if you want. Generally your walls shouldn't have too much weight on them, but if you do find that you have extra weight, then that's what you want to do, is just trim it away. We want to get this all nice and even and have a smooth surface. I like to start with a smooth surface, even if I'm going to add texture. So if you're going to add texture, get your walls the correct thickness at the beginning and then add your texture to it. If you're going to add deep texture, you're going to want a little bit more thick. Otherwise, just get it so that your walls are just a nice evenness. Now, to start my foot, I'm going to go straight down where my side met my bottom. Generally, you'll have kind of a little line right there, and it'll show you right where your foot should start. So I just go straight down with my trimming tool right on that line, and then I carve away anything extra. So you can see here I'm just kind of fine-tuning it. I'm cleaning up the side of my foot, and then any extra weight that's right there where my side meets my bottom. Always a lot of weight there. So get rid of that. I don't like it to have that little bump right there. You'll notice at the beginning there's always a little bit of I just call it extra clay. So I just try to remove that. Kind of memorize what the inside of your pot looks like, and then you'll be able to carve into that same shape. You want the inside and the outside mimicking each other. So here I am, just removing any extra. I have the outside of my foot already created. Now I'm going to create the inside of my foot. So I pick the thickness I want my foot, and then I go straight down. You can see right there, I left a little extra room. Now I'm just removing any extra clay that's on the inside. So from the hole that I marked all the way to the inside of that foot, I just am removing all of that extra clay. So you can see here, I'm just kind of going back and forth until you can't see that indent in the center. But I'm also leaving the foot. Now the foot's not finished. I just have the thickness of it marked. So right here, I'm going to round it out. I'm just going to remove the corners of it, the inside corner and the outside corner, and get it nice and rounded. Now you don't want to actually trim the very top of your foot, or it's really easy to make it lopsided. So try to avoid trimming the top, but just get the sides. Any sharp edges we'll remove. And now I like to carve 2 lines in it. These lines I call stop rings, and it helps with a couple things. It helps when you're waxing. That's a spot for your wax to stop. And it also helps if your glaze is a little runny, your glaze can run right into that and not run all over your foot. There we go, we have a trimmed bowl. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe.